sig. De nogen gab, de fælleheim, musfælleheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind i jotus skaber af sig. De nogen gab, de fælleheim, musfælleheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind i jotus skaber af sig. De nogen gab, de fælleheim, musfælleheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind i jotus skaber af sig.
A face I don't know, that's right. Counting the years, naming the dead. Stones remember what we forget. Births, deaths, oaths taken, oaths broken. The things that matter more than whoever's shouting the loudest at the moment. Parchment rots, ink fades. Stone stays where you leave it. Even if the village burns, a stone half-buried will still speak if someone listens. Nothing is ever truly gone. Sometimes scars speak louder than the clean Maybe, but carving is no small thing. Be careful of what you... Oaths cost more than stone. Be sure before you... What oath do you swear? Then the stone will remember that you did not turn away. Memory.
You picked a damned bad time to show your face here. Outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now, after what happened, don't you think we have enough trouble without you? Sure, that's what all outsiders say. And anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on you. At least, what do you want? We haven't even buried the bodies yet. And you're already sniffing around. Here's some advice. It's not your business. Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you. Wait, hold on. There is one thing you could help me with. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby. With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. And don't come back. Because someone has to stay here and keep an eye on... Good. No. Sometimes we shoot them on sight. Especially if they look like Camelosian spies, showing up right when we're at... Find a tall rock and... No, I don't think you can. There's nothing more.
A stranger in my shop, eh? It should be closed after everything that happened here. I just happen to feel safest in this place. That's right, all crafted by my own hands. Don't look so surprised. Back, everyone in the tribe had to know how to stitch leather, forge knives. I've got more goods than... And who knows what Barlam will decide after all this stag... And I must admit, I'm also somewhat curious about your presence. Years have passed since one of your kind... Ah, so you've heard about that. A lot of good warriors died fighting the monster the Stagfather became. Svaldir, Vraskin, I was lucky to make it out alive. It's the kind of luck that would make you want to thank... In the old days, everyone was mostly on their own. You could only rely on your own. I think what matters more now is the tribe as a whole. You can rely on others more, rather than... A community gives you strength and a sense of security. But when you're spending a cold, lonely night in the wilderness, it doesn't help. And that's what changed. Some of the tribesfolk started to behave like a hive and decided to free the Stagfather. A strong tribe is important, but when you've been hunting alone for 2 weeks, freezing and hallucinating, and there's more than one way to look at any... Ice weavers are... They appear as beautiful women, luring weary hunters. I mostly agree. You need the skills and knowledge, but people form communities for a reason. We gather in packs, and, honestly, the problem begins when a tribe splits in half and turns on itself. That's true. A strong individual can survive in the wild, but without a tribe they won't build anything lasting. It's good that you understand that. As you can... Don't mind... Not anymore. It's been years. Not that I don't want to, when you've spent as much time in the wilderness as I... But I just can't do it anymore. That I am. I could... But it's not about my age. Has anyone ever told you about the hunger? That's right. It's not an empty stomach. It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local... Not much. Just a little trace. Not even enough to make you dizzy. But over the years, they turn violent, start attacking their own. That's when they're cast out into the woods, and the rest of the hunters begin a ritual hunt. Aye, and it's not unfounded. The hunger awoke. No, nobody knew what was happening except us. One day he came back. He never came back from the next one. He didn't want to force the tribe to hunt him. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this. It's kept in the barrow of the horned ship. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svalric could still get it. Are you sure you want to risk it? You've got the courage of a hunter. Go on then. Come back.
I'm sorry I haven't much time for chatter. I was just about to set off again. I don't like traveling after nightfall. Weirdness. Now that one's got a cruel appetite. So best keep moving, right? Of course. In all this hurry, I forgot my manners. My name is Fillmore. But do not call me a lady. Though, some knights aren't too fond of having a woman among them. Why? I suppose I thought it would make me count. People notice a knight. I read that even among the knights of the Round Table, there were few women. Percival, for example. Oh, what a wonderful life she must have had. Yes, he's a bit, overprotective. Especially when it comes to the family name and what. He never made it to the Round Table himself, so he pinned his hopes on my brothers. That left him bitterly disappointed. And, well, he didn't have much, even if I've come much, much farther than they ever did. Forlorn swords. But, if you don't mind, I'd rather keep the purpose of my journey to myself for now. I'd hate to jinx it, having come this far already. The road to Burrow to Connacht wasn't easy, and there's still much ahead. Yes, I heard they're not really friendly to outsiders. But I've no intention of getting in anyone's way. I'll keep to the paths that seem long forgotten. Besides, I'm not exactly searching. Thank you.
I keep the shop. Yes? Did you find the mask of the Huntmaster? Impossible. That's Falric's ring. He made it from a bone of the first bear he ever killed. I remember it well. I used to tease him about wasting half the bear's skeleton before he finally managed to make something that looked like a ring. How did you do it? How did you track my brother without the mask? Are you sure it was Falric? You're either very lucky, or the Stagfather himself guided you to me. Either way, thank you. You've proven yourself to be an excellent hunter. I owe you for this. You've made the... As you can see...
What do you want? What? You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive? That's impossible! It would have torn you apart in an instant. There is no missing hunter. I sent you to the bottomless cave because I was hoping to get rid of you. But now that you managed to make it out alive, I have to admit I'm impressed. I'm the best huntress here, and even I have respect for that place. I don't dare set foot in those parts. Go talk to Barlam, our chieftain. He'll probably find some use for you. These are Svinelands. If you can't survive here, it's no place for you. But you made it. I can't tell you more than that. Barlam... What, you want a tour now? Want me to introduce you to every corpse? Even the dead wouldn't bother talking to outsiders, let alone the living. Much livelier. There was more noise, less dead silence. And it smelled of hearth smoke and roasting meat, not blood. He's been in charge for as long as I can remember, and ruled wisely, fairly even, but turns out he was too lenient with some of us. And you see where that kind of weakness leads. Yeah, I shoot strangers besides. It is, but we'll survive. And you? No need.
kill you. Maybe. But the fact that you're still breathing only proves your strength. And your determination. You survived Kjell's trial, which means you've proven yourself worthy of knowing what we're up against. The Stagfather happened. A bunch of fanatics called him into this world. They claimed that when he arrived, he would devour everyone, then choose his own and grant them their rightful place in the afterlife. You can see how well that turned out. And that's how the story of the Svine tribe ends. I doubt we'll ever recover from this. He is our most important god, the one we worshipped in the homelands. And we brought him here with us. He watched over us, blessed us with an abundance of game. In return, he had our unwavering devotion. But, as it often happens, some became blindly devoted, while others began to doubt. And the first group decided that the rest were unworthy of the Stagfather's grace. So they set him loose, to kill the entire tribe. The faithful joined him. The unbelievers were slaughtered. One of ours, Gudri, did something completely suicidal, with the help of our shamaness. He accepted the god into his body and is trying to keep him contained. But he's growing weaker by the day. We don't have much time before the Stagfather breaks loose again. And trust me, mixing the old gods with the weirdness thickening in these lands is the worst possible combination. We have to act quickly, although I have no idea where to even start. Out of the question. If we don't deal with the Stagfather, what happened here will happen to the rest of the Forlorn Swords. And the only thing that's happened so far is you proving you don't bow to fear, and that you know how to handle a weapon. Now, I need someone willing to help the Svine tribe. Well, that's a good question. Because Gudri won't be able to hold on much longer. Go find Glirna. Glirma is our old soothsayer. Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already as wrinkled as an apple, forgotten in the storehouse for 3 winters. But fate has tangled our If you need to get ready, go see Hjarn. He'll help you. There's still the cook, Sagar. You could talk to him too. You can sleep in any of the empty houses. I'm sure their previous owners won't mind. Glirna is our old soothsayer. Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already a fate.
Yes, in the homelands. I thought we could leave him there, but he escaped to Avalon. He took on human form, or rather he used one of his followers as a vessel. It was only when he sensed that Nimue, Merlin's apprentice, had discovered his true nature that he revealed his real form. The beast grew to the size of a mountain, striding toward the temple his followers had built for him deep in the woods. I dread to think what would have happened if he'd made it there. We barely managed to bring him down, and clearly, not completely. I outlawed the Stagfather's cult, but I see that 6 centuries later, it's still around, and surprisingly, among the Dalrita as well. I thought they worshipped only Mathea.
I sense the presence of a soul. The veil stirs. I awaken. I am the observation construct, set here long ago by my creators. Of them, no trace remains, only silence. Yet shall I speak what I have seen? Time is not mine to measure. No, if you seek such knowledge, find the one the creators named Time Construct. Or ask the construct for watching Outlanders. He counts the days, or so it's said. You must choose what I shall speak of. My memory holds much, but not all at once. Would you know of the living that pass through this, or the signs carved, or the bones, and the other still organic So be it. Many come. Small lives, clawed and toothsome. They bicker, they fight. None like you have passed this way in many cycles. None who bore such light in the soul. The stone is painted history. The first carved their truths into the wall. I watched as stars marked their days. The pattern remains. One rests still, a skull of the first. Perhaps the old tales speak true, but to say more would be beyond my know. I do not know this. I was woken by the hand of... I wake to present. The watch is ended. When another soul walks this ground, I shall wake once more. Take this as a memento of our...
keep... As you can see,
Some of us stayed. If you're looking for... Our god rose and half the village went away forever. My sons, I buried what I could, and the rest, now I pray. I buried the body. I will mend the roof. I will plant what's... There's nothing else. I was raised to worship. If a god calls you home, if he leaves you standing, the forest whispered, the fire screamed, the bones agreed, and at last, here you are, just in time. The horned god told me, before hatred blinded him. He said your paths would cross, that you would bring redemption or ruin. In my dreams, I hear the crack of seals and snapping bone. The horned god, cursed with pain and blood, tears at the bonds I used to bind him. The earth trembles with his fury. Can you feel it? Soon, he will break free. and then we shall pay for calling him with blood. Not? Yes, Gudri, who took the Horned God's fury into himself to save us all. He reached for blood and bone, and let me turn his body and soul into a vessel for the god's essence. I sealed it with wards, like a cage of thorns. But the god's wrath will tear through them, sooner or later. And when that happens, if you want to bind a god, you don't choose the method. You use every old song stolen from the dead, runes slick with black blood, teeth and claws. The Horned God in his hate-twisted form was a nightmare that came to devour us all. The finest warriors of the Spine, the pride of our tribe, gave their lives on the altar of battle to weaken him. My disciples, my son. After the Gunvalda massacre, I and the others who served the Horned God could not bear the shame. We heard our kin cry out and turned our heads. We betrayed our blood. The most devout called upon the old powers, out of grief, out of rage, but without reverence or care. They begged the Horned God to come and punish us. And he did. Not as a guardian, not as a spirit of the wood. I didn't think they'd reach so deep into the dark. By the time I saw what they were doing, the earth was already. They opened a door, and I gave them the key. In the He cannot be healed. He will not forgive us. But I can try to keep him bound by will, by bone, and by blood. To do that, I need a fragment of his original self. The first trophy. The skull of the first stag ever hunted and offered in sacrifice to the Horned God. It will remind him of who he once was. Bind his essence to the first offering, one made out of reverence, not fear. It may hold him in the unrealm of the hunt, long enough for me to complete the rite that will. It's hidden, tied to the places where we once worshipped the Horned God. 3 shrines, as old as the forest itself. But now, they must be destroyed. Each one is guarded by a servant of ancient memory. Kill them. Cast down what still remains upon their altars. Once all 3. Go, but be warned. The fall.
Never. Until now. Seeing it through your eyes. A truly fascinating phenomenon. It only proves how little we understood about the Four Dwellers. Sadly, our encounters with them were limited to the battlefield. We knew they created helpers for themselves, but their use appeared strictly military. We saw creatures that dragged the bodies of fallen Four Dwellers off the battlefield, like great hands retrieving their dead, or living beacons that revealed the location of our camps. But this construct seems even older. It must have been created before we ever arrived, back when they could explore their lands in peace. Lands we had to wrest from them, just to survive. But now, who knows? But first...
You're here. I knew you'd succeed. Fire and bone do not lie. There's no time left, child. The horned god is tearing Gudri's body apart, and his fury fills the air. I must begin the ritual, but I fear he may be too blinded by rage and pain to... Your path leads to the unrealm of the hunt. If you can weaken him, if you can break through the frenzy, even... Oh, child, we both know you're not entirely human. Your second soul will guide you where others lose their way and perish. I understand. Whatever is going through your mind right now, there is no other option. If you need to prepare, go. But remember, you're not going there to bring death to the horned god. Wound him, weaken him, then return. That's when the trophy will speak, and I will close the gate behind you. Hopefully, for good. Take care. The horned god does not...
By what right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? Who dare stand before me unbidden? heard the call. I answered it, as I have done for centuries. And the moment I stepped beyond my realm, the weirdness consumed me. The hunt that began then was unlike the hunts I behold through the eyes of my followers. I was the hunter, they the prey, and I felt in that moment as if it had always been so. Only those who summoned me were hidden from my sight. Glirna. She has long been attuned to my call. I watched the world through her eyes. When I answered the summons and the weirdness took hold, our bond was severed. Glirna must have sensed it. That rage I felt, it was not my own. The moment the sacrifice was taken, I knew it had not been done by my will. If Glirna knows how to restore our connection, I accept this path. Then do what must be done, mortal. Summon me only in the light of day. If any follower dares to call upon me by night, my wrath shall fall upon them. To you, mortal, I grant mercy. Go now and carry my decree.
The Stag Father has returned to his true form. I felt our bond rekindle. His power restored to its original, and thank you for understanding. Yes, I hear his call within my soul. His will is our. His wrath will fall upon those who dare summon him by night, and he will hunt them by day. For by night he shall not answer. We will return to our roots. Once more we shall be masters of the hunt by the Stag Fathers. We will endure. For such is our fate. The world may fall. The weirdness may consume all. And yet, that is Barlam's will, and my calling is to restore faith. That is the greater mission. May the Stag Father always keep you. It's the Horned God's domain. A place. Once, it was lush and alive. I doubt it's. And.
Watch your...
Greet. Tig. Tig was a problem. The poor man had gone mad. He claimed to hear Mother's voice, that the goddess was commanding him to fight and die. Someone would have granted him that death long ago. It would have been kinder than his torment. But defeating a madman in combat brings no honor, so he suffered. And we suffered alongside him. Your act was an act of mercy. It's good that someone finally took... We'll need to inform Helmi, Tig's widow. It's best if you handle it. Offer her... Really? Me? A representative of the madmen forsaken by Mother? Does he think I don't know we're the joke of the other tribes? That's what we are in the eyes of the other Dalrita. Sure, they respect our berserker's fury, when it's not too frequent, and when it happens to serve their battles. But deep down, they see it as madness. They're afraid that in our rage, we might mistake them for the enemy. An agreement. For centuries, every tribe has only looked out for itself. Besides, with the others there, we'll never be treated as equals. That's just, unfortunately, I must refuse. The vocal tribe will not join the moot. We have our own issues to attend to. There is one thing, but I'm not sure you can do much about it. It's embarrassing to ask an outsider for help, but I have no other choice. Not far from the village, there's a hill that used to be the seat of our elders. At least, it was. Until bandits moved in and likely killed. They've destroyed the bridge, fortified the stronghold, and now... I know. We've fallen far. Once, now. We're stuck watching petty thugs parade around our own land. We did. We lost too many good warriors. We underestimated them. On top of that, many Volkir left to join One Eye. So our numbers, we don't even have our berserker potion. We lost it. Yes, but if my warriors couldn't do it, I don't expect you to manage it alone. Still, maybe if you could sneak in there somehow and... I don't know. Either way, I appreciate your courage, though I hope it is courage.
Tiga, what have you done? Why did you leave me like this? So brave, yet so foolish. Oh! You startled me. Barging into a Dilrida woman's house without knocking. Wait, you're the one who gave him a good death, aren't you? I'm Helmi. Yes, Tiga was my husband. And I suppose I should thank you. I'm only sorry that Tiga is gone. You acted honorably, allowing him to challenge you. No one else was willing to do it. The Dilrida think fighting a madman is dishonorable, as if madness could be caught like a sickness. My poor Tiga. He'd be the first I'd like to kill. But without my husband and without my calling, I don't... Well, I'll manage somehow. Now, please, just leave. I don't believe Meder was speaking to him. And I know, but I believe that he believed. If I had become a priestess, it's hard not to. Though... He said... But...
What do you want? My woman, you're a stranger. So now, I just sit here. Why should I tell you? What do you want? My woman, you're a stranger. So now, why? Well, since you put it here, well, after she became, I think we test she one day. I've got to. Oh, I know, maybe. Start, I'm not the day. I'd get.
Hello again, fellow outside. Why, chasing Mr. The traces of it run through their veins like tiny... Angsvar let me stay because the pillar glowed when I arrived. I turned out to be none of those things. So far, there's no priestess, faith, other... No, speak.
You're finished! This is my lucky day.
Really? How? No, don't tell me. Let it stay between you. Thank you for stepping up for us. And since Mother helped with reclaiming... Frigg, the matron who served there, disappeared one fateful day. The sacred totem of Mother... Without it... it's hard to blame her. She left after the massacre of Gunvalder. Her daughter was with a man. Frigg was furious that we didn't come to their aid. You're right. We gave up, but the